Forget what you think you know about morality. The game of power isn't played with the rulebook you were given. It's played with a colder, older set of rules. A 16th century man named Niccolò Machiavelli wrote them down. His core idea was simple: to win, you must master two animals. The lion, for the strength to crush opposition. And the fox, for the cunning to avoid being crushed yourself. This isn't about ancient kings. This is the operating manual for your life right now. In your home, your school, your job. You are either using these principles, or you are losing to someone who is. Let's talk about how. Think about a manager with a lazy team. A lion manager would yell, threaten jobs, and force people to work late. This gets the job done now, but it makes everyone hate their job. They will do the bare minimum and leave as soon as they can. A fox manager is smarter. They wouldn't yell. They'd find the most popular person on the team and give them a special job or a bonus to get them on their side. They might even start a quiet rumor that the company is struggling, making everyone scared to lose their job and work harder to keep it. The fox wins by being clever, not by being loud. Now, picture an employee in that same bad job. A lion employee would fight back. They'd argue with the boss, refuse to do extra work, and complain to HR. This feels good, but it usually gets them fired. They are using force against a boss who has more force. A fox employee is much smarter. They play the game. They would quietly make friends with people in other departments, so they become too well connected to fire. They would make sure everyone sees their good work in meetings. They might even agree with their boss's bad ideas, knowing they will fail, making the boss look stupid without them having to say a word. The fox survives by outsmarting everyone. Let's talk about business deals. A big company is the lion. They tell a small supplier, "We will pay you less, and you will like it." The small company has to agree or go out of business. That's pure force. The little company has to be the fox. They can't fight directly, so they get tricky. They might lie and say a competitor offered them a better deal. They might say yes to the lower price but then add so many extra fees and charges in the fine print that they get their money back. They win by being sneakier. Two co-workers want the same promotion. The lion worker just tries to work harder than everyone else. They stay late and do more work. But hard work alone doesn't always get you promoted. The fox worker knows the promotion is a popularity contest with the boss. They make sure the boss knows about every little thing they do. They might also, very politely, point out their rival's small mistakes. "Oh, yeah, John is great, but I had to fix his report again. No big deal, I'm happy to help." They win by making themselves look good and others look bad. Now, think about parenting. A lion parent sees their kid watching too much TV and just yells, "Turn it off now." This starts a fight. Every single time. The fox parent is more clever. They don't fight about the TV. They control the power cord. They make a chart where screen time must be earned with chores or good grades. They turn the reward system into a game they control. They get what they want without the daily screaming match. A couple is arguing about money. The lion partner just demands their way. "I make the money, so I decide how we spend it." This wins the argument but kills the relationship. The fox partner is smoother. They talk about a future goal, like a nice vacation or a new car, that requires saving. They make their idea seem like it was the other person's idea all along. They get their way by making their partner want to agree with them. At school, The lion student tries to force themselves to learn by studying for hours and hours. It's a grind, and they burn out. The fox student works smarter. They become the teacher's favorite by always participating and asking questions. They form study groups. Not just to learn, but to share the work. They figure out exactly what will be on the test and study only that. They get better grades with less effort by working the system. A teenager wants to go to a party their parents said no to. The lion teen screams, "You're ruining my life," and slams their door. They get grounded. The fox teen negotiates. They promise extra chores. They agree to all their parents' conditions, who will drive, what time they'll be home, without arguing. They might even suggest the parents call the other parents to check. They appear to be perfectly responsible, making it impossible for their parents to say no. They get what they want by playing by the rules better than anyone else. In the end, Machiavelli's lesson is this: the world is not fair. Being only good or only strong often means you lose. To protect yourself and get what you want, you need to be both. You need to be kind enough that people like you, but strong enough that they respect you. You need to be smart enough to avoid stupid fights, but tough enough to win the important ones. It's not about being evil. It's about being effective. It's about understanding the real rules of the game everyone is already playing. The choice isn't whether to use these tools. The choice is whether you will use them with purpose, or remain at the mercy of those who do. Machiavelli in a corporate restructuring wouldn't wait to be a victim. He would become the fox before the lion of the company ever roared. He would quietly analyze the financial reports, identify which departments were cost centers, and strategically reposition himself into a profit center. He wouldn't just do his job, he would become visibly, undeniably essential to the new direction leadership wanted to go. He would offer to lead the difficult, unglamorous projects that were critical to the new strategy, making his value impossible to ignore. He wouldn't fight the change, he would master it and use its momentum to propel himself forward, leaving others who simply worked hard in the dust. In a competitive market, Machiavelli's business would not win by having the best product alone. He would understand that perception is the real battlefield. He would use the fox's cunning to craft a narrative around his company, a story of innovation, of exclusivity, of a movement that was far more powerful than any product specification sheet. He would identify his competitors' greatest strengths and work tirelessly to reframe them as weaknesses. Their size becomes sluggish and impersonal, their low price becomes cheap and low quality. He would then use the lion's force to aggressively dominate a specific, narrow niche, crushing smaller players with overwhelming focus and resources before expanding his territory. He wins by controlling the story everyone believes. As a parent, Machiavelli would see his role not as a friend, but as a strategist building a capable and resilient ally for the future. His discipline wouldn't be about anger, it would be about calculated consequences. He would use the lion's force only for non-negotiable issues of safety and respect, making those rare interventions so powerful and absolute that they were never questioned. For everything else, he would be the ultimate fox. He wouldn't simply ban a harmful influencer, he would sit with his child and analytically dissect the video, not with judgment, but with cold strategy, pointing out the manipulation tactics being used on them. Turning the influencer into a lesson in cunning. He would teach his child to recognize the lions and foxes in their own world, arming them not with rules, but with understanding. Finally, Machiavelli would view his own public persona as his most important project. He would be a master of social media, not by posting everything, but by strategically curating every single detail to build an image of unshakable competence and success. A carefully staged photo of a book on strategy on his desk. A humble brag about a long, productive meeting with a powerful client. He understood that in the modern world, your reputation is a currency more valuable than cash, and he would mint it himself, daily, controlling exactly what the world saw and believed about him. He wouldn't just acquire power, he would manufacture the aura of it, making his success seem inevitable before it ever even happened. The true mastery Machiavelli offers is the choice to see the game for what it is. To stop pretending that being only good or only hardworking is enough. It is the decision to pick up the tools of power yourself, not to become a monster, but to simply stop being a victim. To protect what is yours. To build what you want. To navigate a ruthless world with your eyes wide open, it is the ultimate act of realism, to finally understand that the only thing more dangerous than using force and cunning is needing them and not having them. The world belongs to those who understand the rules. The question is no longer whether you agree with the game. The question is, now that you know how it's played, what are you going to do about it? If this video helped you see the world more clearly, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. It really helps us keep making content that cuts through the noise. In our next video, we'll break down exactly how to influence people and get them on your side, using methods that actually work in the real world. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.